I genuinely think I found the best business model for beginners. I'm not kidding. Every day I have lots of people who come to me because they want my help to build a profitable business so they can finally become financially free and live life on their own terms. And what I notice is that a lot of people, they don't even know which business to start or where to begin. They're completely lost. But you have to be extremely careful because not every business model is the same. Online, you will find plenty of videos on the top 10 best business models for beginners. But if I'm honest with you, most of these videos are trash. And in just a second, you'll understand exactly why. Now, since it's probably the first time you and I meet, why should you listen to me? My name is Fred, and I'm an entrepreneur from a lower middle class background. I went from having only $400 to my name over 5 years ago to making upwards of $1,000 a day at only 21, selling services and consulting. So before we can even find what's the best business model for beginners, we need to define what's a beginner-friendly business model in the first place. And the way we do that is by following a list of criteria. Ideally, the business model we're looking for should fit all of the criteria. A beginner-friendly business model shouldn't require a lot of experience or skills in order to get started, meaning anybody could start that business regardless of their level of understanding of business and of their current experience. And then, it shouldn't require much money to start that business and to sustain it every month. Profit margins should be high, and you should be able to charge high-ticket prices. That way, you only need to convince a few people to work with you, and you're already financially free. You can replace the income that you make with your day job with just a few customers. So those are the things we're looking for. Unless a business model fits this specific criteria, then it's not made for beginners and you should stay away from it. So let's analyze a few popular online business models just to see if they're actually beginner friendly. If it's been a while you're watching videos on how to make money online, you probably came across dropshipping or even Amazon FBA. Now, can you start a dropshipping or an Amazon FBA business with no previous experience? Technically, yes, you can. Now, how much money do you need to start a dropshipping business or an Amazon FBA business? A lot of money. If you're going to have to use paid advertising in order to get customers, you are going to need to at least be willing to lose a few $1,000s just to test your ads, so not even to make a profit. There's no guarantee. Now, what if you were to do dropshipping with organic marketing? You could get customers without having to utilize paid ads. The problem is costs are still very high, which means your profit margins would be extremely thin. When you're doing dropshipping or even Amazon FBA, you're typically not charging high ticket prices. You can sell products for $80 at best, but most likely the average transaction price for the product you sell is probably going to be $30. So what this means is that every month you would need to convince hundreds, if not thousands of people to buy from you. If we do the math, let's say you wanted to make $10,000 per month with your business. If you sold a product for $50, you would need 250 customers per month. And back in 2019-2020, with a friend of mine, we actually started a dropshipping business. At the time, my friend was going to buy an expensive 2.5k dropshipping course, so we decided we should work on it together. Surely, we'd go further and faster if we did that together. So we found the winning product by spying on the competition's top performing ads, because we figured surely if they were spending a lot of money promoting this particular product, chances are it's because they were profitable, otherwise they wouldn't be doing that. Then we built a whole Shopify store around our winning product, which was a flat squeeze mop at the time, funny enough, and I created some creatives for Facebook ads and our first ever ad campaign. And I remember clicking on the button to set the ad campaign live, then going to the living room to have dinner with my parents, and 30 minutes later, when I came back to my room, I noticed on my phone dozens of WhatsApp notifications. My friend was going crazy because we had gotten our first sale. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked, like I didn't believe him. I thought he was just joking. So I went onto Shopify and I saw it. Somebody bought our product. It felt unbelievable because I had just been paid for doing some work in my bedroom in my pajama pants. And not only that, but it showed me, yes, you can actually make money online. It works. Now, to be honest with you, I had a feeling that dropshipping was too good to be true. And indeed, it was. What ended up happening is that Facebook ads quickly ate up all of our ad budget. So sure, we made $50, but we spent close to $200 on ads. And that didn't even include the cost of the product, as well as the shipping to the customer, and even the softwares we needed to pay for, such as Shopify. So in the end, we lost close to $3,000. Now, if you were to start a business like Amazon FBA, it's even worse. Because with something like Amazon FBA, you would need to buy inventory up front. So you would need to spend at least $5,000 to $10,000 to start your business. But if for some reason you fail, you can't sell any of your products, now you just wasted 5 to 10 grand on inventory that you have to store somewhere in your fucking basement. Now, what about selling digital products like ebooks and courses? That can be a very profitable business model because it's infinitely scalable. What I mean is, you can create the ebook once or the course once and then sell it 100,000 times. It doesn't require more work from you whether you sell it one time or 100,000 times. The problem is that if you want to sell digital products like ebooks and courses and actually be profitable, you either need a huge budget to go to paid ads or you need to have a big audience, because typically on a product page, conversion rates are going to be 1% or 0.5%. So this means that in order to make a lot of money, you would need to have lots of eyeballs in front of your offers. Not to mention that you take the risk of spending months of your life building an ebook, building a course, and then nobody wants it. You have no way to market your product, so it's literally just wasted time and wasted money. So remember what we said. Ideally, a beginner-friendly business model should not be expensive to start or to sustain. Why? Because as a beginner, you are going to make a lot of mistakes. But when you're doing a business like dropshipping or Amazon FBA, every mistake that you make will cost you hundreds of dollars. So if you don't have much money to invest, at least $5,000 to $10,000, you are very quickly going to go bankrupt. But instead, if you were working on a business opportunity that allows you to make mistakes for free, you could keep going forever, even if you failed, technically speaking. Now remember, with a beginner-friendly business model, you should be able to start it even if you have no previous experience or skills. And finally, you should be able to charge a price which is on the higher side. That way, you would only need a handful of customers to be able to quit your job and be financially free. Look, I'll be honest with you, it took me 10 years from the moment I typed how to get rich in the YouTube search bar when I was 11 to the moment I had my first $1,000 a day in sales at only 21, selling services and consulting online. And the reasons it took me so long to get to that point was because I had no idea what I was doing. I had no one to show me the way, to give me a proven step-by-step process to follow and to encourage me along the way. But on top of that, I was also trying to work on business models that were not made for beginners. I tried every business model you can possibly think of, all the way from selling candies in the neighborhood and at school and having the wealthy kids make fun of me for doing that, to growing Instagram team pages to try to sell shoutouts and ebooks, and later on doing dropshipping. And I never made any money. I never was successful until I transitioned into selling services and consulting. And out of all the people I've spoken to, the ones who succeeded with that business model, not with dropshipping or Amazon FBA or crypto or some other kind of bullshit, selling services and consulting online is the perfect business model. Now you may wonder, why? Because you can literally get started for free. There are methods that allow you to get customers for free. So that means that even if you did everything wrong for a full 6 months and you couldn't sign a single customer, you would never risk losing your lifetime savings. You could always bounce back from that failure, and you can also get started even with no previous experience or skills. So let me explain. When you sell services or consulting online, there are typically a few ways you can deliver results for your customers. The first way is to sell a service that you know how to deliver yourself. That's essentially what contractors and freelancers do. The other way is to consult people, so to teach them how to do something that you know how to do. Because to give you an example, if you're a personal trainer, you can't exactly lose the weight or build muscle for somebody else. Instead, you show them how it's done and you make sure they stay committed and disciplined. And then the third way is to sell services even if you don't know how to do it yourself. And you do that by leveraging freelancers and contractors. Think of it as dropshipping services for a high ticket price instead of dropshipping some crappy AliExpress products for $50 at best. The advantage of leveraging remote contractors is that you can sell any service. And if you want to make money in business, all that matters is what the customers want. Profit margins are typically very high, up to 98% if you provide the service yourself. Per customer, you can charge anywhere from $500 up to $5,000. And if you sell services, that can be per month. So let's do the math. If you wanted to make $10,000 per month, you would only need 10 clients at $1,000 or 5 clients at $2,000. If you were to help somebody to overcome a painful problem, like let's say in the past, you struggled with a gambling or a drinking addiction, you could help other people to overcome it too. It's a very painful problem that people are willing to pay lots of money for so that they can get rid of it. Now, if you were to sell a service to a business owner, don't you think they would be willing to pay you $2,000 per month if you could make them an extra $20,000 per month? Of course they would. And some people think, oh, this is not a real business model. Yet, these same people, they use Airbnb and Booking.com or even Amazon.com. And that's the same business model that all these platforms are leveraging. Airbnb doesn't have any hotels, any apartments. It simply connects consumers and buyers. Amazon does the same thing. Sure, it makes some Amazon products, but most of the things you can purchase on the Amazon website, they're sold by third-party vendors. Amazon is the platform connecting the customers and the buyers. Now, if you want to discover how I went from struggling financially to making upwards of $1,000 a day at only 21, selling services and consulting online, I've recorded a free video training in which I share with you what I did step by step. That way, you can literally just copy me. Or, if you're committed to building your business so you can become financially free and finally have more time to do the things that you love, you can directly book a free call with me or my team and we'll see if we can help you. All of the links will be in the description. That being said, if you found this video helpful, share it with a friend, and together, let's blow up this YouTube channel to empower ambitious individuals across the globe to become financially free.